Welcome back to From the Scriptwriter's Table. I'm David Lucas, president of Winding Trails Media. Please visit www.windingtrailsmedia.com for information about plays, scripts that we are calling for, casting calls, you name it. This is a video log right now that is mostly aimed at writers who might have an interest in writing an audio or radio play. The two terms are identical, or they synonymous. They can be used either way. You'll hear me go back and forth. When I say audio, I mean radio. When I say radio, I mean audio. The difference between the two is really more time period. There are still radio plays going on, yay, but they're far and few between. Audio plays have come out because of podcasting. But really, everything's identical. And today we're going to talk about using music. Sorry, I'm about to lose my place here in my tool guide. Using music in audio plays. Several episodes ago, and in the last yesterday, we talked about what's called the trio. The trio is what makes audio plays different than most other media platforms. They are sound effects, music, and dialogue. Dialogue is your workhorse, and we are going to get to that eventually. We talked about sound effects, finished that up. For now, we will get back to it. Today, we're going to start about music. Now, music is not the most important of the three in the trio. Music, however, has its role and is important in being able to set things into the minds of the listener, your audience. One of the fun things about music, and one of the easiest things about music, is that it can set the mood of the story or of the scene like that. Doesn't take much to be able to get the audience into the proper mindset of what's about to happen or what is happening. Another thing that music does for audio plays is what's called curtaining. Okay, if you're new to stage plays and audio plays, you may not understand the term curtaining. But basically, if you watch a stage play in between scenes, if they have a curtain, it will close. If they don't, the lights will dim, and the cast and the people in the background will change the sets around, and that is called curtaining. That closing and that opening. The music can do the same thing for the audio play. It will literally close one scene and open up for the next scene. It can also be a bridge between scenes. Kind of still does the same thing, but the difference is you'll have a change of music with the curtaining. A bridge is more of music begins here at the end of scene one. It will continue. You notice I'm making a bridge motion here with scene two, and it's just a carryover of the same theme. Okay. Writing music into your audio play. No, you do not have to be a music composer. No, you do not have to play the music if you're writing. That is not what you do. What you do is you will put in a cue line that says music, and then you will enter in the type of music that should go with it. Now, a lot of times music or writers will use musician terms to mark down what kind of mood they want to set. That's why I was holding on to my major toolbox here, which actually is a book. This book you can find, it's out of print. You should be able to find it in a library. Maybe you might have to get library loan there. You might be able to find it at an old bookstore. If not, just hang in there. Keep listening to these video logs because we're going to go through it. And that's the reason why I'm really using it. We are going to go through some other books later and change subjects out of audio plays into other aspects of writing. But today, this is Handbook of Radio Writing by Eric Barnow. Hopefully I'm not mispronouncing that. But anyway, what you would do is back to the types of words you would use to indicate what kind of music you want to have in your setting. And I'm just reading this straight from the book here. Some Italian words, and if you're Italian and you're speaking English, you're better than me because I don't speak Italian. So I am apologizing up front for any butchery. I also, while I might scratch a musical instrument, I'm not a musician by any stretch of imagination. So no musical training here, thus pronunciation, probably going to screw it up. I apologize. But aggetto, an allegro, an appassionato, a furioso, a misterioso. You can also use convenient English words. So say aggression, chase, foreboding, gallop, hurry, revere. I've also seen words that indicate what kind of setting they're trying to put in there. For example, Appalachian folk, Celtic. Think about what kind of music your scene and your story is trying to rely on. A script which I recently have put in first draft, I need to move it to second draft, but it's a very jazzy but dark jazz, eerie style music. So I'm constantly putting in there for now. I'm going to have to iron it out more, but dark jazz or eerie tempo, something along those lines. Now, obviously, as I write the second draft, I'm going to clean that up more and try to think about what kind of music really might be able to be described in there better. One thing I do, just a sidebar, when I write scripts, or write period, I like to listen to music. And usually it's the music of the type of story in which I'm writing. So in the case in which I'm talking about, and no, I'm not giving away the name yet, actually really because I've got to rename it. But I was listening to lots of jazz. Mostly a lot of noir style, dark jazz, so forth. You can find this on iTunes, YouTube, you name it. And sometimes that helps me set in my mind how the characters and the story and the scenes and the settings are going. And that's what you're aiming for in the audience's ear, is that you want to be able to go through that ear, get into their mind, and literally lay out the type of scene and setting that you want them to see with your music that you choose to put into your story. Okay, and that's going to be it for now. Before you go, I do want to do a couple brief announcements, but tomorrow we're going to talk about another thing about music, and that is using music as action. When you write a short story, you're just going to say, Jim ran, Jonathan shot, Melanie swung the sword, whatever. It's horrible off the top of my head, but still. Music also acts as action. And we'll talk about that tomorrow. Before you go, I want to first off invite you, I mentioned before, come to windingtrailsmedia.com for script calls, casting calls, and so forth. But also, under web courses for writers, there are going to be a few things. A couple of webinars that are coming up, or web courses. And also number 2 is on a monthly basis, we are holding the Script Writers Table. Now, unlike the others, unlike the web courses, this is absolutely totally free. Sign up for it. It will take you to PayPal just to control inventory, and then it will let you register. It will not charge you. It is seating or participation is limited. What this is literally if you are a writer and you want to network with other writers, or even better yet, if you're a writer and you're kind of stuck on something, or you're trying to get something across and you just need sounding boards, that's what this is for. And it doesn't matter if it's script or if you're working on a novel, short story, or if you are working on a script that's not an audio script, that's fine. Bring it anyway. Yes, I would love audio scripts, and yes, I'm hoping that through this interaction, you will be energized to go out there and write an audio script, be it a brand new script or something based on something else you have written. As long as it's not fan fiction, we're good. I have nothing against fan fiction except for copyright problems that I don't want to deal with. All right, number 2. I also want to invite you to find us on Tumblr and on Facebook. Twitter as well, we are out there, but Tumblr and Facebook, or Facebook and Tumblr, are our main workhorses on social media. And what we're doing out there is we are celebrating old-time radio. Through each month, we're announcing birthdays of radio, stars, anniversaries of shows, and we are sharing YouTube episodes of those old-time radio dramas. Now, not only is this fun, we're using that to also build the audience that your audio plays will play for, but also, too, since writing the audio play is kind of a reviving art, a lot of people don't quite catch the differences, and really the best way to do it is to listen to a lot of radio plays. So we're sharing out there some radio plays, have a listen to them. You'll get a chance to listen and hear what we're talking about on this video log get applied to the story that hopefully you are writing. And with that, have a great day writing. I will see you tomorrow for Music as Action. Have a good one.